Hi, this is Cold Frost with Cold Frost Commentary. I'm here about to talk. Man, I'm gonna get better at these intros one day. I'm here to talk about Stargate on Stargate Saturdays here, and we're gonna be watching the first episode of Stargate SG1. Not the movie. We're gonna skip the movie. The movie's good. Sometime we may watch it, but the first episode does a good recap of what happened to get you into the show anyway. Um, and the show does a expands the universe of the movie by a lot really quickly. So I think we don't really need to watch the movie. So we're gonna watch Stargate SG1 episode 1 and 2 because it's a two-parter called Children of the Gods. This aired on Cinemax, I believe, until Sci-Fi picked it up as season 6 or something. Um, season 6 or 7. It was whenever either the season before Atlantis started or the season Atlantis started, because I believe Atlantis was a sci-fi original series. Um, and the cast of characters is you got Teal'c, who is a Jaffa, who we're not going to see off the beginning. Um, he is a great character, the epitome of like the monk warrior, very very stoic. And then you have Samantha Carter, who is the scientist, engineer, and soldier woman, and she's great. She ends up later on in Atlantis ends up heading up Atlantis, but very important character and very well written woman soldier scientist character, very well done. And then you have, of course, Jack O'Neill, Colonel Jack O'Neill, and he's played by MacGyver, Richard Dean Anderson. There we go. That's and he really makes a show in a lot of ways, dialogue wise, because of how just amazingly sarcastic he is and off the cuff, and kind of disrespectful to superiors. He's very much I believe this is right and this is what we're gonna do. Yeah, it's great. He's very well written and then well acted and I believe Richard Dean Anderson maybe even ad libbed stuff in there at time to time, and so that's very well done. Then you have uh, oh wow, Dr. Janelle Jackson. That rounds out the four-man squad of SG1, the SG1 team. Dr. Janelle Jackson is an archaeologist. He's not a soldier. But he's very willing to wield weapons to protect those he loves and to liberate others. And that's one thing I really liked about the show more than any, like why I like it more than Star Trek or Star Wars is you don't have you, Daniel Jackson is very much a what would be considered, especially at the time, like a pacifist. He doesn't like war. He doesn't like conflict, but he also realizes the necessity of it. He's not one of the people that's um, impractical about it to the point of like where you're like, if you had just where like when you watch a show and someone's like, violence is wrong, and you're just like, if you just fought that person, none of these issues would have occurred. He generally doesn't ever fall into that trap. He's willing to fight for those he loves and cares about, and for his ideals. Um, and then of course you have the General Hammond, and very well very well acted as well. Very interesting general character. And what's nice about all the military, how it shows the military in this, and you'll see it later on. I don't think it's very much in this episode, but later as the show goes on, it shows the military officers that have integrity. Of no, these are my men. I'll protect my men. I have a duty to do this. And then you have like what is commonly referred to in the military, to my understanding, as ring knockers. People who are just careerists. They're up there to get more money, get more prestige and power, and they really don't care about their fellow soldier or their fellow men. And then that's a lot of the conflict on Earth, because of course you have the big conflict with the SG1 team and the rest of the Stargate Command is fighting off the Goa'uld and trying to figure out how to not have them, destroy Earth at some point. But the conflict on Earth tends to be against the military who actually believes in doing their duty, being loyal to their men and doing what's right. And then you have the careerists, and then of course you have the deep state. The deep state becomes a huge villain in this show of like CIA and NSA and all those different organizations that are quasi military, kind of running in the black in the shadows, and they constantly also end up screwing the SG1 team and the SG command center several times. And there's a really great recurring villain. I think he starts up in season 2 or 3, who they have to constantly deal with, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but it's. And then of course you also have evil politicians that are like, yes, no, we think we should cut budgets to what you guys are doing because you're not doing anything useful. And then you just have everyone going, if you cut our budget and close Stargate Command, how are we going to defend ourselves from the aliens we know are out there and are wanting to kill us? And they're like, well, if we bury our hands in the sand, nothing's going to bother us. So that's what's outside of the Goa'uld being the omnipresent threat for 90% of the series and to the very end until it becomes the Ori. On Earth, it tends to be either the deep state or the politicians or the careerist military that tend to be the villains on Earth. And then later on, it tends to be more government. Like government interference tends to be like a lot of the enemy in this show, and I love it. It's very unique in sci-fi TV shows and movies, to my knowledge. But that's a good summation, and like I said, this first one that's taken off from this first episode takes off from when the movie left off. We closed the gate, and we don't think that anything. It only goes to one planet. And they quickly find out that's not true. It goes to more, and that's how what sets us up here into the show. And we're gonna start it here. Again, like and subscribe to my channel if you like this. And then of course hit that Rumble button, either the plus or the fist if you're on the app. But YouTube, we're going to everyone who's watching on YouTube, we're going to watch the show here fully on Rumble, and I'm going to do a mixture of EFAP and just commentary over it, and we will go for now. Thank you very much, and let's get started. Alrighty.